Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Coach Rock from Revenge Basketball, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking down one of the best young point guards in the game today, Trae Young. So today I'm going to be showing you, not only showing you some of his moves are great, but I think you'll be surprised to see that he plays a pretty simple game, and that's what I always preach to my players, is you want to play a simple game. Now, he does have a few moves he does every now and then, but he's really effective because of the way he plays, the things that he does, whether it's changing speeds, whether it's shooting floaters. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about those things, and I'm going to show you a few moves that you can use also that he uses. So that way you're not thinking of just going on the court and doing some crazy moves to score, but you are like taking his best stuff and being able to quickly implement it into your game so that you can become a more effective player. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, now the first two things I'm going to talk about right here, they're not even really move specific, but they're more of a style of play. Now, the first thing Trae Young does very well is he has a rhythm to his game. So he does a great job of doing this little tap, tap, hop. So 1, 2, boom. That kind of left, left, right, I should say. Boom, boom, boom. Or right, right, left. What this does is it helps him get a rhythm. So you'll see him, he'll just come. And the reason that's effective is because he can blow by you. He's super fast. And he can blow by you, boom, at any time he wants. But you never know when he's going to go. So you're at his mercy because he builds this rhythm. A lot of players just come down court. They just kind of come down like this. And it's hard for them to get momentum. It's hard for them to get defenders to react to them because they play kind of stationary. They don't really move a lot. Trae Young is moving, pushing, and then he'll hit you with, which I'll talk about later, but he'll hit you with crossovers out of those moves and step backs and things of that nature that free him up for his shot. But a lot of times he's going straight downhill. He's finding the open momentum, the open angle, the open lane, and he's attacking hard. And that brings me to the second point. I've studied tons of footage of Trae Young. I've watched pretty much every game he played in the playoffs. I could probably count on my fingers the amount of mid-range jumpers he shoots. He doesn't shoot a lot of mid-range jumpers, very rarely. I don't want to say never, because every now and then he'll shoot a shot with his foot on the line, or he'll drive the lane, circle the lane, and have an easy mid-range shot kind of down by the baseline. But very rarely are you going to see him drive and pull up. But he has a deadly mid-range game. So what does he do? Floaters, runners of all sorts. He'll do runners where he's just running off one hand. He'll do a floater where he takes a hop off one hand. He always shoots it with his right hand, but he can do them at any time. He'll shoot same foot, same hand, floaters. He'll shoot floaters by the basket, from the foul line, in between the lane. He's just a floater runner guy. And he has it mastered. Now, most players, I would say, you might want to have like a pull up around the foul line. Floaters are good maybe below the foul line, but Trae Young doesn't care. He is great at the floaters and the runners, which makes him super, super hard to guard because, like I just said, he picks up the pace. He plays at a pace, and he can shoot that floater anytime. He can get in the lane, get you on his back, and then float it. He can just blow by you, then float it. And he's even more effective because his big men are athletic. So you might think he's doing a floater, but he's throwing a lob, and somebody on his team is dunking it. So that float, the pace and the floater kind of open up his entire game, along with his three-point shooting. I mean, if he wasn't able to shoot from the logo, then his penetration game wouldn't be, his ability to drive to the basket wouldn't be as strong. It wouldn't be as tough to guard. But because you got to pick him up out here, whenever there's a pick or something, it gives him a lot of space to work. And that's what he does. So you'll see him out here getting his pace going. When he sees the lane, he'll speed up, and then he'll shoot a floater. He lives with that. Again, he might come here, same thing, beat you, get you on his hip, and then float it in. But he lives and dies with that floater. All right, so the next thing you're gonna see him do a lot of are, you can either call them scissors moves or hip swivels. Scissors moves and hip swivels are very similar. A hip swivel, you're using more of your hips, whereas scissors, you don't have to use as much as your hips. But essentially, a hip swivel, I guess you could say a hip swivel is a scissors move where you're using your hips. A scissors move doesn't have to be a hip swivel, if that makes sense. But either way, he does a lot of that. So he always likes to, he'll come here, boom, boom, and you'll see him do a lot, and it plays into his pace. So he'll pick up his pace, like he'll get his rhythm, then he'll switch, then he'll switch, then he'll switch. And then out of that, he'll really start attacking with his between the legs dribbles. Very rarely had I seen before Trae Young, a lot of players just attack with this between the legs dribble like that, where he's running, attacking, but it makes sense because when you do that between the legs, you're getting to use your shoulder, you're protecting the ball, and you're using your shoulder and getting a good angle on your defender, which is why he's so tough to guard. So you'll see him come out of, again, it all comes out of that first pace move that I showed you. He'll be here, make it look like he's going there, then he'll go hard between the legs and beat you. Or if you're there, he'll stop here and go back between the legs. He loves that between the legs, and I think it's because it helps him stay low, helps him get a good angle around the defender, gives him leverage to attack. So you'll see that a lot. And then that's where you see his other moves play off of this. But again, it all starts with that pace dribble in the beginning. So you'll see him go here. If he thinks you're trying to beat him, because again, you don't know when he's driving. So if you're a defender, you might try to jump out in front. He'll read that. He's very good at reading that. Come quickly between the legs here. Now you're trying to recover to get over there. Then he'll step back on you and he'll hit the step back three. So, I mean, you're really at his mercy. Again, I can't stress this enough, all because of that little pace dribble in the beginning. Because he does that, his whole entire game opens up. And of course, if you're too far off out of that pace dribble, he just hits a hezzy three on you from the logo. So that's why, I mean, I wouldn't want to guard him, I'll just say that. Now, pretty much his go-to move, especially when the clock is running down, stems from all this. And it is, he'll have the ball in his weak hand. He can do it off both hands, but he really likes to do it with the ball in his left hand, right leg up, and he bounces. So he's boom, here. So what he'll do is he'll attack here. Because again, you got to play that between the legs, because if you don't, he's blowing by you, getting to the rim, floater, alley-oop, finish with a layup. But if he realizes you're there, boom, and he'll hit that shot. Very tough shot. He takes tough threes, and I think that's why sometimes his three-point percentage is lower than it should be. And I don't think his numbers show how great of a shooter he really is, because he takes tough shots. But these are shots that he can get whenever he wants. And if you have that ability, you're going to take some crazy shots because you know you can get it whenever you want. So that's pretty much Trae Young's breakdown. I would say it starts with two main things. And as you can see, I didn't do a lot of moves. If you watch his game, it's very simple, which is great. If you're a young player, study his game. If you're a small player, study his game. It's very fundamentally sound. He's very, very good. But it starts with two things, I would say. His three-point shooting ability from deep and his ability to create a pace with that simple tap, tap, one, tap, tap, boom, left, left, right, 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 left. Everything else plays off of that. And he has maybe 2 or 3 moves you'll see him go to. Everything else is floaters, threes, and he dominates in the playoffs against great defenses. So definitely take some of the things I showed you, watch some of his footage, and improve your game today. Hey, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you are looking to take your game to the next level, simply click the first link in the comments or go to our website, Revenge Basketball, where we have more training for you to help you improve your game, to help you become a better player. If you enjoyed the video, of course, do me the big favor of hitting the thumbs up for me. Comment below in the comment section. Let me know what else you need help with. You guys give me the topics that I do every week. I don't really just think of what I'm going to do. I read the comments, see what you guys need, and then I kind of schedule and plan my videos accordingly. So definitely let me know what you need in the comments down below. Last but not least, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Until next time, I'll see you then.